CEO of the Tuscarawas County YMCA, and I am here with Kathleen Johnson, Membership and Marketing Director, and Jane Gingrich. And in just a moment, you'll find out why I have the honor of sitting with them here today. So each year, the YMCA looks at our volunteers, and we recognize one of those volunteers that really just stands out and exemplifies the YMCA mission and just shows a commitment and dedication to the work of the YMCA. And I'm so pleased to be able to honor our 2019 Volunteer of the Year Award. But Kathleen is going to talk to you a little bit about why Jane is going to be our honoree this year.
Well, most of you will remember that 2019 was supposed to be a year of celebration for us, starting with our 100th anniversary in December. And then some things changed in our world, and we were not able to celebrate that. But one of the main things that we did to start to honor those 100 years was to put together a timeline of the past 100 years, showing great things from each one of the decades. We were so excited about doing that, and Jane was a crucial point into pulling that all together. So we're excited to be honoring her for the work that she did to pull all that together in a short period of time to allow us to celebrate the history of the YMCA.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure to work on the history project, and I would kind of have to give credit where credit is due, that a lot of that history came from before, way before our time, was pulled together by Tom Patton. And, you know, Kathleen isn't taking enough credit for this because I pulled bits and pieces out of the history, but she pulled it together and made it all look wonderful, and that's what you see out on the wall in the hallway, is that beautiful display. And Kathleen's name should be there, as far as I'm
That's what I
concerned.
do here.
But it's really an honor to be part of this organization. You know, I always say I love my YMCA, and it's just such a rich history and a wonderful staff that we have, you know, right now, and it's a pleasure to be part of it.
Was there a particular year that you really liked going down memory lane when you were like?
Well, the 60s is, you know, I graduated from high school in 1970, so the 60s were a wonderful time. But I learned, you know, that was my era, but I learned so much that I didn't know. Mm-hmm. I love that history, our YMCA history. You know, from way back when, you know, YMCA invented basketball, people, and all the way through in our local Y has really a wonderful history. And there was just little bits and pieces all along the way that I didn't know. And even more recent years that I didn't know. So it was fun. It was a fun project. The hard part, as you know, was cutting it down, because there was so much. So that was difficult.
And then we had the open house, which was really the unveiling of that project. And I know you stood in the hallway and talked to so many people.
Oh yes, that was
day.
great fun.
Yeah, so thinking back to the open house and how that went, what were some of the responses that you got about?
Well, you know, first of all, the picture of the old Y as you come through the doors, when you put that up, I kind of poo-pooed that. Because I thought, oh, really? That old building, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess I think about it how it was when we left it. I was a, freshman in college and worked for the Y the year we moved from the old Y to the new Y. So as we moved, I actually packed up things, and it was not in the greatest shape, the old Y. And so that's what I have wonderful memories, but that's
the building well used.
Yes, very well used.
Yes.
So I kind of remember that, and but the response from that picture has been tremendous, hasn't it?
It really has.
And so that gives me great joy to see how people have wonderful memories from the old Y, from club co-ed to swim team and all of that. And then the mural, it was wonderful to see a lot of people who haven't been in this building for a long time that came back to view that, and they're good memories of the Y and their experience at the Y, because that's what it's all about, is our experience at the Y and our contact with all the people that we know. And it was like old home week, you know.
And we certainly always want to take an opportunity to thank the Patton family, because a lot of that comes.
Oh yes, tremendous amount of that came from Tom Patton and the Patton family, and I learned so much about Tom, who I knew very well, but I learned so much about him personally. But he is a treasured part of our history, and so many people have such great respect for him that really brought people in. So that was nice to see.
Yes. Well, I will say, Jane, you continue to just be such a tremendous asset to this YMCA. Not only are you being honored today as our Volunteer of the Year, you are a former Leo Poland Award winner. You continue to serve on our Board of Trustees, and in any capacity that you're needed, or that you can see a use for, or that fits with your skill set. And I can't tell you, I've only been here for a short time, but I know that your heart and your desire to serve and your commitment to this Y has made this YMCA a better place. We thank you for all that you do. We hope that you continue to serve. It would certainly be a loss.
I'll always be here.
Yes. There's a lot still that needs to be kept.
Yes.
Lots of things for you to do up in that. Little office that you made for yourself upstairs. So.
Absolutely. So we can't thank you enough for the work that you've done. I know that they are going to flash during this time to, if you haven't been to the Y, to take a look at it. It definitely is something that you need to come out to see. Thank you again, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much. Thank you.